Right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world today. My name is Steve Robinson. I am one of the business development guys here at Galarath with my colleague Keith Garland. One of our customers in India has expressed a desire to understand the process of conducting should cost estimates for both PCBs and PCBAs. And so the intent of today is to use an example which we have sanitized to protect the innocent, and walk through how you would build an estimate, or how you could build an estimate for both the manufacture of the board, the PCB, and the assembly, the A bit. And that's all going to be done in SEER for manufacturing. Keith, as always, is our eyes and ears and our expert guide, and we'll go through all of that for us. We should take about 25-30 minutes of your time today. It is quite involved. So without further ado, Keith, it's over to you, sir.
Thank you, Steve. So hello, everybody. So we're going to start today by building a new project. The project's purpose is obviously a PCB, PCBA, and tell it who I am. And we'll work in euros today, and click on OK. So we're starting off our project, and we need to start putting in our work elements as per normal. So we have our screen positions, our 4-pane configuration, and we're going to insert our first work element, which is obviously going to be a PCB, that one there. I'll give it a title. So this one is going to be Op 10, getting IQA. Click on OK. It'll automatically demote itself to the first level, and then I'll populate the general tab. Now the general tab we will copy down through each time, and we need to tell the model how many boards we're going to produce. So 70,000 boards in batches of 7,000. Look at the labor rates, and I'll say it's going to be done at 35 euros an hour. And okay, so production experience, building 70,000 boards. I wouldn't expect anything less than best in class, best in the business. And again, this would be affected by what the product end line was. We'll leave it as a consumer application, business, home, vehicles, etc. Leave it in the middle. Click on OK. And that's all we need to do on that tab. We're not going to worry about prior production units. We're not going to worry about learning curves. The numbers are so great that we're going to just hit straight in to the estimating process. So on the inspection rework tab, we don't want that one there. Tooling, I'm going to turn off to get rid of that one. And on the process specific, we're going to have a look at detailed PCB board and open that one up. Double click it, press Y for yes, opens this up, and we need to describe the board length. So we'll make this one 300 millimeters long. We have a precise number, so we don't need any uncertainty, and the width is also going to be 300. So we have a square board, and we'll leave the standard default for useful board area. I don't know any better. And so on. So then we're going to look at the assembly. So we're going to say yes to the assembly. And in there, we're going to add our operations as per this. So I'm going to do this first, and we'll come back and do the board fabrication later. So the first one is going to be add next operation here. And what I'm going to do is in the kitting, I'm going to click on a description. It's going to be receiving kitting, component types. So we're going to have 64 different components on our board. It's kitting, setup, load and unload. We'll say yes to them, click on OK. And that's the first part of our estimate done. We're going to do the board test on this one here. And we're going to have the IQA inspection. The inspection interval is going to be left alone. We're going to have a support factor of 100%. 1 is fine. Setup, load and unload. Yeah, I'll leave that in. Click on OK. So that's our operation complete. So we're just going to do those first two parts individually. Now it's important to remember here, for clarity, I am inserting individual operations for individual ops. So what you could do is continue down here by keep adding the operations and do this in a single line item if you need to. So the second operation is going to be, so this time I'm going to copy, I'm going to right click and insert paste. So this is going to be a direct copy of the board above. Click on change, come back, change the operation number to 20. It's an inspection operation. Click on OK. Now, because I've copied it, I need to delete these. They're no longer valid. The board length and everything is OK. So in this one, we're going to do inspection marking, add operation here. Under board testing and inspection, we're going to do manual visual, which is already there, and we're going to do inspection marking. And that's all we needed to do in that operation. Next operation, op 30, is going to be screen printing. So this time I'll do it a different way. So I'm going to right click, copy. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to insert a work element. I'm going to copy common parameters. And this time I'm going to call it. So we can do it two ways. We can copy and insert paste, or we can start again and we'll do some screen printing. Some SPI, Reflow. And OK, copy common parameters. So it's important that we remember that one because that will bring in the general tab and make that one. We need to delete that operation now because that's going to be removed. Just click delete. Double click it to add the next operation. So this time we're going to drop down here and we're going to have surface mount prep. And we're going to have legend printing at the bottom and give it a title. And we're going to call it screen print the bottom. Support factor, I'll just change it, but you will know better than I do. I'm just guessing. I'm not a PCB board maker. And we'll do the SPI, which is going to be under board testing. We'll come to board testing, SPI. And click on OK. Third operation, so this is a bigger op this time. We're going to do soldering off the board. We're going to do, what should we do? Oven reflow, I think. And we're going to put in here a reflow bottom. Click on OK. Final operation, another inspection. So I can copy that one. It says it's not saved, so we can't link it. That doesn't matter. And we'll just paste that one in there to re-inspect both sides of the board. So that's operation 30. Operation 40 now will be assembly and test. So basically I'll just copy that one again, insert paste the second one, double click it and click on change, and in here 40, and it's going to be assembly and test. Click on OK. Again, I need to remove the operations because I don't need them. If this was a different work element type, they wouldn't be there. It's because it's a common process here. So this time we're going to screen print the top. We'll put that under legend printing and OK. Second operation is going to be solder paste inspection, SPI, and that's going to come under board testing. Board testing, SPI. So I'll actually write it out for reference. And click on OK. So we're building our estimate, we're putting things together. So now we're going to place the components. So we're under, this time, component placement, under there, and we're going to have auto SMT, that's correct. So we're going to auto pick and place top. Quantity per board, we have 91 components on this board. Click on there, enter the value, and OK. Next one is going to be oven reflow to solder. So this is going to be under soldering, oven reflow, and we're going to top. Click on OK. Now we'll point out, obviously, these are going to be company specific. The amount of, if I click on this one, the support factor, it may be a lot lower, it may be a lot higher. I don't know what I would enter in there. I leave it as the default, as I know no better, which is a general rule of thumb within SEER. So we've done the oven reflow. So now we're going to do the ACI, that's under board testing. Inspection, click on OK. Then we have a visual inspection. So a lot of inspection operations, ensure the quality is there. Again, under board testing, and that is going to be manual visual, and we'll call that visual inspection. So we're building up a nice estimate now on the fourth operation. We've got to wash it now. We're going to do some undercoating. Double click. I'll do this one first. Wash the board. And then finally, in this big operation, we're going to do a final visual inspection. And we'll find that under board testing again. Manual visual. And it's going to be visual inspection. So as this is the assembly operation, we'll now do something a little bit different. We'll come down to the lower end, and we can add the components in at this stage. They can be added in anywhere into it. So all this is going to do is bring in the cost of the components themselves. So I can click on yes, and now we can bring in the bill of materials, and we can enter them individually. We can search the catalog, we can have them there, and we're looking into other means of bringing them in to the work elements better. So what I did is I cheated. I came earlier and I copied a list of components here. So I'm going to copy these to the clipboard. I'm going to come back into MFG. So this could be brought in from an ERP system. Come to there, right click, we can paste them in. So that's now brought in all of the components and their costs. Now, as you can see, they're all the same costs. They're because I have no costs, I haven't bothered to work them out or look them up. So for this case, it doesn't matter. This is only an example to show you what you can do and how you could do it. So finally, we have another couple of operations. So we're going to come back to here, right click, copy. I'm going to copy that one actually because I don't want the parts. And again, copy that one, insert, paste that one there, double click it, change, operation 50. And this one is going to be ICT and program. Add some inspection, click on OK. Quickly delete the operations there. We don't need them. And then we'll build in our operations as required. So we need other operations. ICT and programming. And we'll call that program. Quantity per board, that'll be 1. Click on OK. And then we'll do another board testing, another inspection operation to finish this one off. Inspection, I'll call it audit sample as per the title. And that's okay. So that's our operation complete. Operation 60. It's only 77 operations. So we'll copy that one and insert paste another one. Double click, change 60. And this one is conformal coating and testing. Conformal coating and testing. That's it. Okay. And now this one is going to be delete, delete, add an operation, coating, conformal coating is already there. And okay. This one here is UV, under UV inspection, under board testing. So we have many inspection processes in here. And okay. Conformal coat your top, so we're going to copy that one. Okay, paste that one in there. Double click it and change bottom to top. And okay. And then finally, we're going to have under board testing again, some more inspection. Board test and inspection. It's going to be UV inspection again. I should have copied it. And it's going to be UV inspection. Click on OK. That one's finished. And our final operation for this one is going to be copy, insert, paste. And then we're going to just delete these again, as we do always. And we're going to double click and we're going to add a single depaneling operation. And it's going to be milled, milling. Oops. Depanel. Not doing very well here. ING. Milling length has been calculated. Click on that one. Final inspection. Again. Click on OK. And then one more operation at the end here is going to PreShip Audit. And that's going to be it for that one. Okay, and I'm just going to add an additional item down here. And yes, and then this one we're going to add shipping. We've got one of them, and it's going to be a cost per unit of purchase cost per unit. Where we put that? Purchase. There it is. 0. Make up 50 per part to pack it and ship it and send it on its way. So that would be the 7 operations, following it from the kitting stages through to the programming, the assembly, the testing, and all of those. If I come back to this one at the beginning, the only thing I didn't do was the PCB board manufacturer itself, so I could say yes to this one. Board fabrication, yes. Click on OK. And again, we tell it board length. It was 300 by 300. The number of layers, I don't know. We'll say it's 4. Click on OK. Line width. Again, making this up. Then we tell it the board material. We have a selection of materials. You may add your own materials if you wish to. Click on OK. Utilization of the board, so it's a square board, so the utilization will be quite good. Level of mechanization, I think, will be high because it's going to be a lot of boards to be produced on this one. We can do assembly and test on the board. Yes. And then all of the joints, number of surface mounted discretes, and so on, which we may wish to test. So I'm going to say no to that one and lose that one. So that's primarily my walkthrough of producing a PCB, PCBA, and the individual steps. I'll just show you an alternative. So this is the same estimate here, done in the 7 steps, and this is the estimate done in a single step. So you can see you don't need to do this. The advantage of this, we can apply different labor rates now to different processes. So the inspectors might be paid 40, the kitting people may be paid 25, the screen printers 50. So it may depend on your production facility and what you need to do. If you do it this way, you only have the capability of entering a single labor rate on the general tab. But like I say, if you want to do it individually to apply different labor rates, and even to the point of some of these where we have Operation 40 was a big one, where we had lots of separate operations. You could have 40 A, B, C, D, E, and each one of those could be a separate work element, and each one of them could attract a different labor rate if that was what you needed to do. So I hope that's been informative. I will pass you back to Steve. Thank you very much for your time, and we'll pass you back to Stephen. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Keith. So hopefully that, as I say, that's been an example of the sort of thing that can be done in terms of how would you estimate, how would you build an estimate for a PCB or a PCBA. Obviously, we then can get into all the details of the things to consider to improve, alter, better reflect individual capabilities, which ironically enough has been covered in another session that Keith and I have done, which is available on the Galarath YouTube channel. Go and have a look for that, please. As we have said in all of these sessions that we've done, Keith and I are more than happy to receive any questions that you may have. Details are on the screen. Please get in touch with us and stay safe, and we will see you at the next one. Thank you very much.